What a disgrace. I can't believe this actually is going ahead. Obviously, we had the news last night, and things are just unraveled. There's been murders. Everyone's had their say in it, and it's all been negative. I've not seen one person who actually is for the Super League. No one is. And the first bit of news we had in the morning was bloody Mourinho. He said, right, the official reason, and that's what Romano tweeted, is the fact that he wasn't getting good enough results. But that is bull. He didn't take the team to training and refusal over the Super League. And the Super League that is the main reason. He don't want to be a part of it. And I respect Mourinho so much for walking out on Spurs Football Club. And he really liked it in Spurs. He wanted to build a proper project there. Get him back to the top, get him to the top. But, the Super League's blown out the window. And if you genuinely think it's for results, let me say this. Why would any team sack their manager 6 days before a cup final? Why would any team sack their manager this close to the end of the season? And there's your answer. And they have the money to do it now as well, because they'd have to pay off his contract, and it's like something ridiculous. And they have the £425 million. We've had Leipzig come out to say they rejected it. Porto got offered it. They're struggling for clubs because teams reject it. Porto got offered it. And obviously they're a massive club in Portugal. And they're probably a massive club around the world. Porto turned it down, which I'm amazed at. I respect Porto for that. Yes, you've seen that. You've seen apparently Tuchel. We don't know how big this is, but in an interview he's given a very media-trained answer. And tonight are you watching the football? It's Leeds versus Greece, as Gary Neville put it, and do you know what? It's going to be I think this could be the most watched game of all of the season tonight, because I know fans have been protesting, putting signs up. I agree. Rip football. 1863 to 2021. It's gone. I agree. Everything that Fogden said on it, I agree with, and it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's just the game's dead. So that's going to be a huge game. I wonder what players think. Players haven't even had to say. PSG were the only ones that asked their players. I don't know how true this is, but it's what I've heard and seen online. PSG are the only ones that asked their players about it. You've had UEFA presidents come out and said, "Oh, you didn't know there were snakes in the grass." And there was an interview on Sky Sports. This is a kick in the teeth, right, from all the fallout. The owner said, this was a guy from allegedly, he's on the board of directors at one of these top 6 clubs. He said, profit is the primary goal. The welfare of football is second. So something along them lines. So he literally said, we're going to make all the money, and all these clubs are in big debt. So you got to remember, they pay big transfer fees, and they got to pay back over time. This is a fast track to wipe all of that, pretty much. So of course they're going to do it. They said it's just about profit. And you tell me, how the hell is a fan going to be able to afford to go to an away game every week? To AC Milan, Inter Milan, Porto, Man United, but I'm expecting Leipzig to have shocked that turned it down. I guess Dortmund, Bayern, PSG, and Porto turned it down. I expect Celtic to be offered it. I can see Celtic going in there, even though they're a crap football team. Obviously they're good from Scotland, but they're about they're even Premiership level quality wise. Rangers maybe, because it's about the stature of your club. It's not if you're good enough. There's no relegation, no promotion. It's not if you're good enough. So I'm assuming Celtic, Rangers will get offered it. I'm assuming if Porto are offered it, Benfica and Sporting will get offered it, and I think Benfica will probably take it. The money they can make off that would be ridiculous. But or they might stand with Porto, but they'll get offered it definitely. The big Turkish teams, I could see 2 or 3 maybe. Fenerbahce, Besiktas, Galatasaray. Them 3 will get offered in, because they want 20 teams. Then them lot will be offered. Who else? Not you got to think big. Ajax. I'm convinced Ajax will turn it down, especially since they've merged with the Belgium League. But if they do, then it's all hope. They're like a good run club in football. And if they turn it down, it's all hope's gone. The only person that's spoke out is Gary Neville. Everyone spoke out about it, but fair play to Gary Neville for really taking a stand on it. And I see my YouTube logo. Everyone, YouTube logo, go check it out. That's what it should be. So that's all the fallout. Oh, and this is this we'll know a lot more about what's going to happen with the Premier League Championship tomorrow. Because in the morning, they're going to hold a meeting, all 14 Premier League clubs without the top 6. So I can't wait to see what they say with that. And last bit of news, Boris Johnson, Big Boris, public enemy #1 of this whole pandemic. And he has said that this is a nuclear war on football, not a civil war, and the government's going to try to do anything to get back. But honestly, that whole league probably has more money in it than our government. Like, that league has billions in it, if not trillions, that will eventually be in it. And the players haven't even had to say, like, feel sorry for players. And it's just depressing to see. So what's your score predictions for today? I'm going to go Leeds 4-0 over greedy Liverpool. And, like, I feel sorry for the fans of Liverpool, United, Spurs, Chelsea, Arsenal. I do feel very sorry. And, like, call me a gory hunter, but Swan's my home team, man. Like, because they've always been a small club. I've always had that big team, that was Liverpool. But if they play one game in that competition, I can't support it. And even if this competition falls through, it's not, the intention was to screw everyone else. We are the elite. We just want to make as much money as possible in different countries. That was literally the main thing. So yeah, I forgot to mention the fact that these clubs have agreed to it. According to Football Daily, 23 years we might have to put up with a Super League. And I tell you what, if that's the case, you might as well do what Wimbledon did. Form a new club. In Liverpool, form a new club called Liverpool, FC of Liverpool. Manchester. I know you got the FC, Manchester, a lot of clubs in Manchester, but maybe form a new one. Same goes to Man City, like near that area as well. You got Spurs, North London. Form North London or something. North London FC. Or team, team's West Ham, but that area, I'm not sure, Highbury FC maybe. Where Spurs are. White Hart FC. Well, that's a bad name for it, but you know what, you get the sense that maybe you need to form new clubs which are 51% fan owned, because 24 years, and they signed away from the ECA. That means Manchester United, they've officially signed, and Juventus. Manchester United and Juventus are officially not under UEFA anymore. So that means they officially have said, we agree to not play in the Premier League, Champions League, Europa League, FA Cup. What? All the history, United fans, right, sing. My brother's a United fan, they sing 20 times, Man United. They sing that. That's all down the drain. It's not a working man's game anymore. It never was. And Lawrence made the point, invite the billionaires, they're eventually going to make this turn Americanized. And it's going to get worse, because this is the first step, right? Mark Goldberg just seen it, I was watching it while I edited. He said the first step is break away from the Prem, break away from all the competition. Then we're going to see United, their home games are not going to be in Manchester. They're going to be in Singapore, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, China, Hong Kong. They're going to be in these big arenas around the world, maybe even America. They're going to leave the stadium eventually. That is probably the next step for them. They're going to franchise out. And once they've done that, I'm assuming the third step, they'll do a draft, which will make it somewhat fairer, but it's still completely unfair. The fact that this league is even happening still makes it completely unfair and unethical and wrong so many levels. There's no consideration for the fans, and to do it in a pandemic is disgusting. They fear us at the end of the day, and if we can band together and use that fear against them, make them shit themselves, we will. So yeah, that's all I'm going to add to it. Yeah, so hopefully, join me in the fight, and let's fight back. Let's fight back and get our football back. I'll do more content on this, so if you want to join me in the fight and get our football back, the old football, the football we knew and loved, the football where people could dream, a football where Leicester could win the Premier League, a football where anyone could go up or down. If you want to help me get that back, subscribe, and together we'll help that back. Change those social media banners and profiles to the crossover of Super League. Just copy and paste my photo if you want. So yeah, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. There's my rant over.